Right now at 6, a man responsible for a violent break-in has been sentenced to prison.
And local 5th and 6th graders went to UWL to get a taste of what college is like.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. A Chippewa Falls man was sentenced to 8.5 years today for his role in an armed home invasion. Elijah Johnson will serve 6.5 years in prison, followed by 2 years of extended supervision for his role in the crime. Last December, Johnson and Jeremiah Mackey allegedly broke into a house. Johnson is accused of pistol whipping 2 victims with a gun. As part of a plea deal in February, the charges of armed robbery with use of force, criminal damage to property, and theft were dropped but read in. Mackey pleaded not guilty to all charges and will have a trial in September.
La Crosse's school board will finalize language for a $53.5 million referendum on Monday. The board last month approved a resolution to put a referendum on the November ballot. It'll ask for $53.5 million to consolidate Emerson and Spence Elementary into a new school building at the Hogan site, which will include tearing the current Hogan building down. It'll also ask to approve new classrooms and a gym at State Road Elementary. News 8 Now confirmed with the district that the additions at State Road would also mean Hinchin Elementary is eventually closed and that the Hinchin students would then move to State Road. Now, the school board on Monday is expected to update the initial resolution to add a line that makes it clear what will happen to Hinchin if the referendum passes.
Almost $6 million is going to 9 technical colleges throughout Wisconsin, and Western Technical College is one of them. This $5.75 million grant is part of a program from the U.S. Department of Labor. The money will be used to standardize the advanced manufacturing programs at each of the recipient colleges. It will also allow people currently working in advanced manufacturing to turn their experience into college credits in a degree program at one of these schools.
If they already have some level of education or competencies, they can come to our programs and get credit for them, making it easier for them to graduate sooner, faster, with less expenses involved, and be a better, more well-rounded, trained individual.
Western Tech will receive $2.2 million of the grant. The money will be distributed to the 9 schools over the next 4 years.
Well, sunny conditions, a little gusty at times, but this weekend is going to be pretty darn nice.
Oh, yeah, looking forward to it.
Let's head on over to James Bond. I'm sorry, Greg Barnhart for your first forecast.
That's a nice one. I
didn't get that joke.
It's very Daniel Craig.
It is.
It's very nice.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
It's soon. That's right.
Yes.
Good point.
You're right. Today was actually, with the north wind, felt a little bit colder, but our temperatures actually got up into the low 60s, so a little bit above average, but not too far. So all in all, a pretty decent spring day here. Temperatures still around 60 for both locations. So with that wind, it's going to begin to decrease this evening. Cloud cover will actually decrease too. So really a fantastic evening for about the middle of April with that light west wind as we get closer to 11 p.m. Same story for Eau Claire, getting back down just into the upper 40s for, once again, very mild conditions, seasonable for this time of year. Cloud cover, visible satellites starting to lose the sunlight there, but just some cloud streaks. That's beginning to drop off and actually dissipate. Overall temperature still in the 50s for most areas, a few 60s still out there. Overall very nice. As we go throughout the night, clearing skies, the northwest wind will drop off and become more light and variable as you wake up. Temperatures getting back down to about the low 30s up to the north, maybe to the mid 30s. So a little chilly as you wake up, but all in all, it's going to be a fantastic day to do pretty much anything outside this weekend, including golfing or hiking. The only thing we got in the afternoon, maybe some south winds that'll pick up. We'll time out what Sunday looks like, similar temperatures. Monday looks a little warmer, but we do have some storms and some very active weather coming next week, so we'll break all that down a bit later in the broadcast.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Well, for the past week, we've introduced you to the La Crosse Symphony Orchestra's conductor wannabes for this year. Last but not least is Nias Schaefer. Schaefer is a founder of the faith-based nonprofit Chariots for Hope, which he's raising money for through his campaign. Chariots for Hope provides reliable transportation to low-income families so they can maintain self-sufficiency.
Our program works by blessing or giving a car to our participants and then following up with 6 months of programming to make sure vehicles are sustainable in terms of budgeting, vehicle maintenance, and repair.
You can vote for your favorite conductor wannabe by heading to the La Crosse Symphony Orchestra's website. Each vote costs a minimum of $2, and voting will close April 29th. The two wannabes who raise the most money will each conduct a piece with the orchestra at the May 4th concert.
Well, it was a fun Friday morning at Holman High School. That's because the school held its 10th annual Spring Fling Dance for special education students. The event, hosted by Holman School District's Project Bridge, Project Live, and ACE Academy, invited special ed students from 14 area high schools for a morning of socializing, food, games, and lots of dancing. A teacher said the Spring Fling is an occasion for all of the student body to make memories at.
I actually had some regular ed students that I know that said, I look forward to this every spring to be able to come and hang out with these guys. They have pictures from the photo booth that they have in their room from the last few years. So it's neat to see the regular ed students just look forward to hanging out with the special ed students.
Wilson says events like these connect special ed students from all over the area for just a simple day of fun.
A great event. Today, 5th and 6th graders from around the Cooley region got a taste of what college is like. UWL's annual Kids College event offers students from area gifted and talented programs a chance to experience a glimpse of college through some hands-on learning activities. Kids today learned about everything from physical therapy to art and earth science. We spoke with DeSoto's gifted and talented coordinator, who sees a lot of benefits from Kids College.
Kids, first of all, they get to see campus life and they get to move around the campus, which is super fun. And then the benefit is just being in a college atmosphere and getting to work with college professors and just kind of getting a taste of what classes are like here.
Good turnout today, over 200 students from 20 different school districts.
Well, major changes ahead for student loan borrowers.
We got the details on the Biden administration's new plan right after this.
At Ashley Spring Semi-Annual Sale, you can spring into savings with Hot Buys $7.99 and under. Plus, shop our Spring Sofa Sale with 0% interest until April 2029 on in-store purchases. Hurry in and meet the all-new Ashley today.
We've all seen what's happening at our border. President Biden and Senator Baldwin's open border policy has brought more than 10 million illegal immigrants into our country. That's double the population of Wisconsin. Our country was already struggling to provide housing and health care to our citizens. And tragically, we're losing over 100,000 Americans a year to the drugs that pour over our open border. Their policy is wrong. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message, and I'll work to fix this problem.
You made a cow.
Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
BMO. Meet the all-new Ashley. Discover new styles in remodeled stores, offering everything you need to create inspired spaces. From our store to your door. The new Ashley. It's the love of home.
The tug of war over federal student loan debt relief inched a little closer to the borrowers this week as the Biden administration unveiled a new plan to eliminate billions of dollars from the total debt load nationwide for those, of course, who qualify.
It's the president's latest attempt to make good on a campaign promise that's been mired in partisan backlash and legal roadblocks since he took office. Laura Aguirre brings us more on the newest proposal.
We're fixing a broken system.
The Biden administration announcing Friday it plans to wipe away another $7.4 billion in student loan debt for around 277,000 borrowers nationwide.
We're trying to provide a fair shot to Americans trying to access higher education.
Student loan debt relief has been a cornerstone issue for the president since he was elected in 2020.
Early in my term, I announced a major plan to provide millions of working families with debt relief for their college student debt.
At the time, several GOP-led states sued to block his plan, an effort that the Supreme Court upheld. The initial plan would have canceled out up to $20,000 in debt for millions of qualified recipients.
I announced we're going to pursue alternative paths.
That brings us to this week.
My administration will propose a new rule to cancel up to $20,000 in runaway interest for any borrower that owes more now than when they started paying the loan.
Some debt holders could qualify to have all of their interest cleared under the plan.
We're going after those schools that are defrauding our borrowers.
For months, the DOE has been working on a new path toward their debt relief goal, using a different legal authority granted under the Higher Education Act of 1965. There's a required public comment period before the DOE can finalize any new proposals. The White House says if all goes as planned, canceling accrued interest for qualified borrowers could begin as early as this fall, right around election time. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
In total, President Biden has authorized the cancellation of $153 billion in debt for more than 4 million people. That's about 9% of all outstanding federal student loan debt.
A gas called radon is a leading cause of lung cancer, even for people who don't smoke.
One survivor's warning to test your home for risk in just a few minutes.
It's a fantastic day to be outside, although we do have tax day coming up, and even tax day looks actually good weather, 70s and 80s. But we do have storms on the way next week. It becomes very active. I'll break down what we expect next week and what the temperatures look like. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
I worked as a truck driver for 36 years.
And then one day I got this letter.
Your retirement will be cut.
Will be cut in half.
You don't forget something like that.
Every paycheck we put money away. But because of Wall Street greed, boom, it was gone.
But Tammy Baldwin saw what they were doing and wrote a bill to save our retirement.
Then she fought like hell to pass it.
What Tammy Baldwin did for our families, you don't forget something like that.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the La Crosse area.
When you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olson Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here. By doing that, we control the entire process. So we control the project management, we control the design, we control the installation, the electric, the hookup, permitting, and that really sets us apart.
Stop into our location near you or give us a call and ask us about our Earth Day promo.
It's our lowest prices of the season at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, shop unbeatable deals on the things you need for spring. Like $250 instant savings on this new Cub Cadet Hydro Lawn Tractor. Stock up and save on 20-pound bags of Blaine's brand Easy Scoop Cat Litter, 4 for $24. And get a free bag of Estate Garden Fertilizer when you buy a bag of new Estate Premium 4-in-1 Lawn Treatment. Don't miss our lowest prices of the season in-store or online at farmandfleet.com.
Hey, Dad, look.
Us.
This is the magma chamber.
Uh-huh. This isn't us, is it? When did we get so connected to our devices and so disconnected from each other?
She's not answering.
What? And when our phones have turned us into this,
LT,
what do you do when you're a company that sells them?
We gotta fix this.
It's time to find what we're missing. Join us in taking a break from our devices. Take the phones down for 5 challenge for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes.
Feels good.
And let's find us again. US Cellular, built for us.
It's a textbook case. Out of sight, out of mind.
Couldn't they see the signs?
Here, look at the autopsy report. The signs are all there. A plugged vent, rust buildup, dirty flame sensor, and loose wiring. No sign of maintenance. The list goes on and on.
What about the filter?
Don't get me started on the filter.
Well, what does your gut tell you, Rook? Gotta be someone close to the victim. Someone with access. I know who our suspect is.
If you suspect something is up with your HVAC system, call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning today.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Exposure to radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in the U.S., but a new survey shows many Americans are unaware of the dangerous threat that could be lurking in their homes.
Bradley Blackburn has more on why everyone should be testing for the odorless, colorless gas.
Chastity Harney never expected her home could put her at risk for lung cancer. She was diagnosed with stage 4 disease 6 years ago.
I just kept saying how and why, and my kids, that's the only thing I can think of.
She was 40 years old, healthy, and never smoked. Doctors spoke to her about exposure to radon, a colorless, odorless radioactive gas. So Harney had her home tested.
Anything 4 and below is normal, and mine was 8, so it was doubled.
Radon comes from radioactive decay of uranium and is found in rocks and soil. It causes over 20,000 lung cancer deaths each year. Yet 3/4 of Americans have not tested their homes, according to a new survey from the Ohio State University Comprehensive Cancer Center. And more than half are not concerned about exposure.
It's important to be aware of this, to detect it in your house.
Non-smoking lung cancers are on the rise. Dr. David Carbone says this is likely linked to long-term exposure to radon, which can cause gene mutations leading to cancer.
The risk of radon is related to not just the intensity at a given point in time, but the duration of time. Many schools are not tested for radon, many businesses.
Harney had surgeries, chemotherapy, and radiation. Tests showed her mutation could be treated with a targeted therapy.
I want others to know that anybody with lungs can get lung cancer. This is not a smoker's disease anymore.
She says every place should be checked for radon yearly because it could save lives. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
So Harney had a radon mitigation system installed, and her home now has only trace levels.
Well, as Greg mentioned earlier, it's a lovely day to get outside this evening and enjoy this beautiful weather. I know a lot of the patios were opened when I went outside downtown for my walk today. And it looks like we're going to be able to take advantage of it all weekend.
Yeah, all weekend long we should have this fantastic weather too, and then things do change as we go into next week. But really the big picture shows out to the west. You can see the jet stream going well to the north and then a branch to the south. So really you get high pressure building, warm conditions then with this type of pattern. And that's going to be tracking our way here over the weekend and through Monday until we have a storm system. So really it's going to be great weather that we haven't seen in a little bit of time. So mostly the 70s. We probably won't see any 80s this weekend. Warm Monday still, and then the storms come back in probably late Monday night, but better shot Tuesday, and we're going to have to keep an eye on the severe threat and even heavy rain threat with this. But overall, the weekend, it looks similar with temperatures, but there's a little bit noticeable difference. Saturday, it looks like tomorrow, more south winds at 10 to 15. We do have a little bit of a cold front coming through early Sunday, so the winds do turn around, but that really doesn't do much in the temperature because we're going to start off warmer Sunday in the upper 40s, low 50s. Tomorrow will be more in the 30s, so the temperature has to rise pretty quickly to get up to 70. So that's the difference with some cloud cover on Saturday, what you're going to see this weekend. But overnight, really, skies begin to clear out. We'll see that wind begin to lighten up as we go throughout the morning. Mid-30s up to the north, probably some upper 30s to the south. Plenty of sun as you wake up tomorrow. Here's that little bit of cloud cover with the system that'll be approaching. But other than that and the wind turning around to the south, temperatures getting up to the 60s by noon. We'll see plenty of areas get up into the low to mid 70s with that increasing cloud cover. Still plenty of sun. The wind 10 to 15 in the afternoon will continue during the evening hours too for Saturday evening. The cold front right up here will come through probably early Sunday morning. And really the only noticeable change is going to be just a change in the wind direction from the south to now that blue direction here from the north. And that's what will keep this temperature somewhat at bay going into Sunday. Else we could climb up probably to 80, maybe upper 60s to the north, probably lower 70s to the south. So that's a cold front that comes through. And then beyond that, Monday is the story that we're going to start paying more attention to what goes on Monday night into Tuesday as the low begins to lift up into the plain states. We'll probably see a warm front come through late Monday night that'll bring showers, thunderstorms, potentially strong or severe. Then it kind of continues to lift up. So Tuesday can be just an all-day type rain, or we could see periods of showers and thunderstorms, and that'll continue on through Wednesday as the system kind of sits and stalls out over the area. The severe threat Pretty good bet you're going to see in the Southern Plains some severe outbreak going on Monday. That's pretty high risk right now for that far out. Once it lifts north into our area Tuesday, just depends on cloud cover. We get some sun, we got ongoing precipitation. All that comes into factor what goes on Tuesday to see that threat. Right now, best shot is further south, but that could change too. And then obviously the other thing that we're going to keep an eye on too is the rain, heavy rain threat, potentially to the west. That kind of scoots over to Tuesday, 1 to 2 inches potentially with this. It's going to be a good soaker, and it's going to last pretty much through most of the week. But for tonight, clearing skies, light winds, really going to be kind of chilly in the morning, waking up in the 30s for most locations. Tomorrow, plenty of sun. In the morning, a few clouds. That south wind picks up in the afternoon. 70s looks like pretty much area wide. And then as we go into Sunday, the only really difference between Saturday and Sunday is that wind direction. Going into Monday looks dry, a little bit warmer. And then it becomes active as we go through Monday night, Tuesday, and continues on Wednesday and Thursday. Next week towards Friday, 49 maybe.
No.
So it's going to be a
Quite a
little
change.
chilly going towards the end. So enjoy this warm stretch because I think we'll see some unsettled weather and more clouds as we go past Monday.
All right. Sounds good, at least for the next couple days.
Next couple days.
Next couple of days.
Greg always balances it.
Yeah.
Coming up next in sports, the Bucks are back on the road tonight to take on OKC, plus two of the area's best hitting the court this afternoon, West Salem and Aquinas. Rob is up next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Spring has sprung, the grass has riz. I wonder where the furniture is. At King Furniture, of course.
During our spring clearance event, save an additional 10% off our already low prices. Plus, take advantage of 0% free financing, recliners, sofas, sectionals, dining rooms, and more. With our huge selection of in-stock furniture, low price guarantee, and free delivery, why shop anywhere else?
It's the King Furniture Spring Clearance Sale.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99, plus advanced Wi-Fi and one Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Start saving today. Visit Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, or scan to call now.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
It's been a great week for our spring sports athletes. A lot of teams taking advantage of the weather we've had. It was another perfect day here in La Crosse as two of the area's best tennis players went head-to-head. Let's go to Green Island Park. Aquinas' Anderson Fortney on the left, clashing with West Salem's Kyle Haley on the right. 4-4 in the first, but Haley takes the 5-4 lead there, and then on set point, Fortney's return is going to hit the net. Haley takes the first set, 6-4. Great back and forth from these two. After a couple minutes, they were back at it. This time it was Fortney taking control. Strong return as Fortney takes the lead in set 2, and he kept it going later in the set. Great rally from these two, but it's Fortney with the backhand just inside the line. Great shot right there. 3-0 in the second. Some great action early on. We'll have a final from this one later on tonight. Big announcement for Central senior Henry Meyer this afternoon. The multi-sport athlete breaking the news on Central's YouTube page today as Meyer officially commits to Division II program Maryville University in St. Louis, Missouri. As for his time at Central, what a special year it was for the senior. Some pretty big-time moments from Meyer. Of course, the game winner at the buzzer over Aquinas in late January. He led the Riverhawks in scoring this past season and will definitely be tracking his career at the next level when he takes the floor for the Saints. Well, the Bucks are back on the road tonight as Milwaukee looks to hold on to that second spot in the Eastern Conference. Bucks are in OKC tonight to battle the Thunder. There's still a game ahead of the Knicks for that second seed in the East, but it's going to be tough sledding for Milwaukee, especially without their two-time MVP on the floor. Bucks wrap up the regular season on Sunday in Orlando. Then they'll have about a week off until the first round of the playoffs begin next weekend. Well, I want to give a shout out to Onalaska's Francesca Vrines. I made a mistake last night. I was looking at an old roster, said the wrong name, but it was the freshman coming up big in a clutch spot last night. Hilltoppers trailing in the second half. Corner kick leads to this beauty from Vrines. She finds the back of the net. Great game last night between the Riverhawks and Hilltoppers. Hard-fought battle ends in a 1-1 tie. I felt bad about it all night, but there she goes, the freshman coming through in a big moment like that.
Holding yourself accountable.
Yeah, we all make mistakes, even me, even this guy.
And how about that off a set piece? You don't see that a ton
That's
on
my
the high
favorite
school
play
level.
because I feel like it's made for a shot like that.
Yeah.
You rarely see it because it's hard to score in soccer. But
Yeah, the delivery is difficult, the header timing is difficult, so when it gets pulled off, it's almost a guaranteed play of the week.
Right.
Yeah.
Really good
That
stuff.
whole game to me is difficult.
It is. And the scoring is so at a premium.
Yeah.
You know, you rarely see it.
Takes a lot to create a chance. Yeah, absolutely.
What a week.
Yeah.
What a week indeed.
Masters this weekend.
And Brewers and Orioles on Apple TV.
Apple
which
TV,
is
I know a lot
bummer.
of people are upset about it. I am too.
But two of the best prospects in baseball going head to head.
Jackson Holiday.
Yeah.
Jackson Churio. Jackson, popular name. It's my cat's name as well.
Oh, there you go.
Jackson, okay.
Love that.
I know you have plans to watch the Masters indoors, but make sure you get outside today. It's
Yes.
going to be a beaut out
Absolutely.
there.
Yep.
Okay. All right. We'll be right back after this.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Quality time with Taco John's. You never forget the big moments. Like the moment when you devour your very first slice of Taco John's one-of-a-kind new taco pizza. Or your very second slice. Or your eighth. With 7 layers of beefy, cheesy, fiesta saucy taco toppings atop a crispy oven-baked crust, this might even be the most momentous, meaningful experience of your life. That or your wedding or whatever, both are pretty life-changing. New taco pizza is here for a limited time, only at Taco John's.
At Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, we're bringing out all the latest styles for patio and outdoor furniture. From dining sets to sectionals and even fire tables, they're all on sale. We've got all of our favorites in stock. That means no waiting. Plus, for a limited time, you'll receive free delivery on your outdoor furniture. Shop the best quality brands from Homecrest and Brizesta, furniture that's designed to last in any weather. Sale prices and free delivery happening now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Voted your favorite furniture store.
College is more than the knowledge you gain. It's a place to cultivate your curiosity. It's where you explore the potential and what's next. It's where you find the tenacity to rise, rather than settle for good enough. It's a series of moments that add up to form your future self. It's where what you want is within reach, on your terms. It's where you find a career, not just a job. Western Technical College. Discover what you're made of.
All right, the only difference between Saturday and Sunday is the wind from the south Saturday, the wind from the north Sunday, but the end result is still 70, so can't beat this weekend.
Nope, cannot.
Get outdoors and enjoy yourselves.
Yes,
Thanks for joining us.
absolutely. We'll see you at 10.